What is going on YouTube? It is time for another What Sold video. This is where I show you the top items that I sold this past week so that you can kind of be on the lookout for them yourself. These are some pretty profitable items, so stay tuned. So I picked up a New Wave oven at a thrift store.
Too busy to cook a wholesome meal for the family? Do you hate the hassle of waiting for your food to thaw? Has fast food become a regular on your family's dinner table? Are you concerned about gaining weight and high cholesterol due to unhealthy eating habits? Has cooking become just a tiresome chore for you? Now, introducing the New Wave Oven Pro, changing the way America prepares its meals.
It was in really good condition. They only wanted $9 for it. Got it home and realized it was actually missing a part. So I decided to sell all the parts that I had separately. Well, this is the first piece that sold. This is a dome, and it actually sold for $45. So I paid $9 for the whole oven. This one sold for $45, and I've got several pieces left. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you probably already know that I am a sucker for jerseys. If I see a jersey that's well made and has stitched lettering, I'm probably going to pick it up if it's cheap enough. And this one was only $4.75. This is LeBron James's jersey from the McDonald's All-American game back when he was in high school. It's a recreation of his jersey. It's made by a company called Headgear Classics. I'd never heard of them. I figured it was like an off-brand. Looked them up, and they don't sell a lot on eBay. So I figured this would be a slow sale, but like I said, I'm a sucker for jerseys. Paid $4.75 for it, and it actually sold in a couple of days for $49.95. So it's definitely a quicker flip than I expected.
40, man-child.
Just absolutely a ridiculous athlete.
So big shout out to Paul, Philly Flipper, for this BOLO. I saw him pick up some Star Wars books at a garage sale, and he sold them for some pretty good money. A yard sale that I was supposed to go to, by the way. I'm not bitter at all. So when I saw these a week later at another garage sale, decided to pick them up. They only wanted a quarter a piece. I listed them, and they actually sold within a week for $49.99. This is 1 through 9 of the Star Wars Jedi Apprentice series. So old cross-stitch kits, some of them can be worth some crazy money. Like, it seriously amazes me what people will spend on string and some paper. But I paid $1 for this kit at a garage sale probably 6 months ago or so, and listed it on eBay, and it sold today for 50 bucks. And it's like March. I guess they're gotta have time to get it done before Christmas. I don't know. Here's a camera that you should definitely be on the lookout for. This is a Canon Canonet QL17 G3. Paid $5 for it at a thrift store. Put a battery in it, put some film in it, couldn't get it to work, so I listed it for parts untested. Paid $5 for it, and it sold for $80 in about a week. So definitely be on the lookout for these cameras. Even if you don't know how to test them, you really don't have to, because they sell for parts pretty great too. I paid $5 for this Magnavox DVD recorder from a garage sale about 6 months ago. Brought it home, it was in good condition, I tested it, everything works. It even got the remote and everything. These things usually sell really quick. Like I said, I've had it on a shelf in my storage unit for 6 months. And I started doing some research trying to figure out why it didn't sell. Well, the listing was actually gone. It had been deleted or just disappeared on eBay. Sometimes that happens, so definitely make sure you check your listings. But I brought it home, relisted it, and it sold in about a week for $84.50. So I actually ran into a Goodwill in between yard sale stops last Saturday. Just passing one by in between yard sales, decided to run in and see if they had anything, and sure enough, they had this golf bag sitting there for $8. It's a Mizuno BR-D3. Paid $8 for it, listed it, and it sold in like a week for $125. Be on the lookout for Mizuno stuff. They make some pretty high-end, expensive golf equipment. So I'm at a garage sale, and this guy has like this basket full of rods and reels. And I don't know a lot about rods and reels, but I do know Abu Garcia Ambassador reels can be worth some good money. This is the model 4600C. Asked him if he would take 10 bucks for just the reel. I could take it off the rod, no big deal, and he went for it. So I took it off, brought it home, went to do some research, and normally these Ambassador 4600Cs only go for like 40, 50, 60 bucks, but apparently this is a rare version. I haven't figured out why yet or what's so special about it, but it's already sold. So it listed it and it sold overnight for $120. When I saw this thing sitting in a thrift store, I was kind of curious. At first I thought maybe it was like a dog toy, and then I saw the two handles and said, well, maybe that's a massager. Well, it's very well built. I noticed the big heavy bearings on the ends here, and I thought I should look it up. Glad I did. It's a body rollout massager made by Nikken, Nikken, and that's definitely a brand you need to know. And this is definitely a BOLO. I only paid $2 for it at the thrift store, and it sold in about a week for $118.
The Nikken rollout. It's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Imagine this. Soothing music plays softly. You're lying comfortably on the world's most advanced sleeping pad and pillow. Your feet and legs are snugly covered by a space-age comforter that keeps your body at its ideal resting temperature. The rollout begins. A light rolling motion sweeps gently down from your neck to your hips. You begin to settle into the experience. The rollout continues and you realize you're surrendering, floating on a cloud, higher and higher. You may even find yourself drifting into a light, peaceful sleep.
So anytime I pick up one of these old car radios, I'm taking a chance that it works because I have no way to test it. But this one was only $5 at Goodwill. It's in mint condition, not a scratch on the screen. Everything is clean, no dust on it anywhere. So I figured they got a new vehicle, pulled it out, and immediately put in a new unit. Hopefully it works. I'm taking a chance, but I paid $5 for it, and it sold for $129 overnight. So I think taking a chance is worth it. I've sold these before, and I've never had a return, knock on wood, so hopefully this one's the same. So I sold an Oculus. I actually found two Oculus at a Goodwill. They're the Oculus Go. It's not the newer model or anything, but still made a pretty good profit. There are actually two of these in a glass case at Goodwill. Paid $30 a piece. And I saw the case like this and I noticed the emblem and I thought maybe it was probably just an empty case. No way there'd be two Oculus at the Goodwill. Sure enough, they were. And when I opened them up, the guy that gave them to me was very surprised, said they should have been sent to e-commerce and he would have to ask his manager. Well, sure enough, he did, and I figured I'd never see him again, but he brought them back out and said I could buy them. Paid $30 for it, and it sold for $159 in about a week. I haven't listed the other one yet because I just wanted to do one at a time and see what would happen. They sell pretty quick. On Mondays, my daughter has a little dance class, and I usually take her. It lasts about an hour, and that gives me about 45 minutes to run into a Goodwill that I typically don't otherwise go to. Well, sometimes I find something, sometimes I don't. Actually, most of the times I don't. But last Monday, I did pretty well. Actually found two pairs of shoes. Found a pair of Olakai slip-on shoes, and then I found these Converse All-Stars. They're vintage, made in the USA, size 12. Paid $650 for them, and comps were all over the place. Like seriously, anywhere from 40 to over 200. I listed mine for $210. About 4 days later, I got an offer for $150, and that was good enough for me. $650 and the $150 is pretty good for a little 30-minute Goodwill stop.